What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get better at cross country and how to run a faster 5K. As you guys know, it is the middle of June and cross-country runners are starting to rack up their summer mileage. So what better time than to make a video about this? In this video, I'm going to give you guys 4 tips on how to be the best cross-country athlete you can possibly be. But before you do that, make sure you guys go down below and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future uploads. I think that's enough talking for right now. We're going to get straight into this video. Alright guys, so step number 1 is probably the most important step. It is training. And when I say training, I'm not talking about just running like a lot of people think. When I say training, I'm referring to everything physical that you can do to be the best runner you can possibly be. I'm talking weightlifting, I'm talking core, I'm talking stretching, I'm talking cross training, all of those things. A lot of people come into the sport and they don't know too much and they think that the only thing you really need is to just run, when in reality that is not true. As a runner, we do need things like core, mobility, hip flexion, ankle mobility, things like that. So it's not just running, you got to do all of the extra things. You need to have stretching before and after your runs. One easy thing that I like to do before my runs is foam rolling. That's a great way to get ready for your runs. You need to have core, you need to have strength routines, you need to have weightlifting routines. And if you guys are like me and don't know any of these, you can definitely talk to your coach, and you can also talk to your athletic trainer. They would be happy to help you guys. But yeah, step number 1, like I said, the most important step is training, everything physical, not just running. All right guys, we made it to step number 2. So step number 2 is to focus on the little things. Now, when you think of cross country, when you think of track, the majority of it is running. That is true, but you also need to focus on the little things if you want to be the best version of yourself possible. You need to focus on things like nutrition, sleep, supplements, protein, things like that, because if you guys do all of that right, then you're going to maximize your efforts and you're going to be the best runner you can possibly be. A runner needs sleep, they need to rest, they need to recover. You shouldn't be staying up super late, and you shouldn't be waking up late. You need to have a schedule. They also focus on things like protein. Like I said, you need to make sure you're getting the right amount of protein possible. A recent study that I just read said humans are only eating half as much protein as they're supposed to be eating, so definitely make sure you guys check on that. Getting regular blood tests could be a good idea because runners, especially college age and high school age runners, are low on iron and vitamin D, so maybe taking a couple iron and vitamin D's a week. Vitamin D, iron, and vitamin B are the 3 ones that I take. You probably should talk to a nutritionist if you have that available. If not, you could always talk to your coach or your athletic director. They should know. And nutrition, you shouldn't be obsessing over it, but you also should be watching it just a little bit to make sure you're not eating too much sugar or too much fat. You want an all-around balanced diet. You want to get some grains, you want to get some protein, you want to get some fats, and you also want to get some fruits and vegetables. And now we're on to gear. So everyone knows that running gear is super important, but everyone also knows that running gear is super expensive, and not everyone may have those funds to buy them, and that's okay. If you do have those funds, however, definitely make sure you guys are utilizing them, because running gear is one of the most important things about running. And on top of that list would have to be shoes. Shoes are probably the most important thing to have while running, and you want to make sure you have the right kind. So there are brands like Hoka, Asics, Saucony, Nike, Adidas. Those are the top tier brands, and you don't have to go for those, but those are just well known and well established brands. If you don't have money to pay for those brands, that's okay. You can find good shoes at Burlington, Ross, Marshalls, even the Goodwill has some shoes that you can find. Every shoe has a set limit, a set amount of miles, and a set usage that you can use them for until they're no good. You don't want to be using a shoe that doesn't have a sole anymore, or you don't want to be using a shoe that is chipped and broke and torn. You want to make sure you stay on top of that. If you have 300, 400, 500 miles on a shoe, that's pretty close to the end of the shoe, so you're definitely going to want to make sure you look for a new shoe. You just want to be comfortable while you're running, and I know it does suck to pay the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that you will have to pay, but it's definitely worth it in the end. It's worth taking care of your body. You also want to have the little accessories as well, like a hat or some sunglasses to block out the sun. You want to have winter gloves and a winter hat and tights so you don't freeze on that winter run, as well as a good watch on your wrist. Now, you don't have to go super crazy. There are some cheaper watches out there like the Garmin Forerunner 35, I believe. You can get a brand new one of those for like $70, and you can get a used one for like $30, so that's a good GPS watch. And if you want something a little bit nicer, you can get the Garmin Forerunner 235 or the 245 with music, I believe. I'll put links to all 3 of those watches down below. So this step, just to recap, the priorities are shoes and then a nice watch. All right guys, we made it to the end of the video and we're on step number 4, which is my favorite step. This step is just have fun with it. I think in this sport, it's so physical and so hard and so mental that a lot of times we just forget to have fun and enjoy the process because we're so worried or scared, when in reality we actually just need to have fun and enjoy the sport as well. We need to become fans of the sport and, you know, watch race videos, get excited, because at the end of the day, running is an amazing sport and everyone should have fun while doing it. It's good for you, it's good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's good for your soul. Even runners like Sydney McLaughlin, who's a 2-time Olympian, said in her most recent video that she takes running too seriously sometimes and just needs to have fun and compete. So yeah, that's probably the most important step and my favorite step. Just take a step back and have fun with it and enjoy it. So yeah, we talked about those 4 steps today. We still have a couple more months of summer, so go out there, enjoy the rest of your summer and get some good summer training in. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, guys, and stay blessed. Peace.